If you've ever felt stuck, like you're working hard but still living paycheck to paycheck, this video might be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Because the truth is, building wealth isn't just about earning more, it's about doing more with what you already have. These aren't theoretical ideas, they're simple. They're practical, and yes, they made me richer. The first hack that changed everything for me was understanding the power of automation. I used to think I had to actively manage every dollar, and I'd get overwhelmed. Some months I saved, other months I forgot or couldn't afford to. Once I set up automatic transfers, a small amount to my savings, a set investment to my brokerage account, I removed the human error. Suddenly, I was saving every month without thinking. It wasn't about discipline, it was about building a system that worked even when I was tired, busy, or distracted. The day I automated my finances was the day I took control of my future. Next came the 24-hour rule, a simple trick that saved me thousands over the years. Anytime I wanted to make a non-essential purchase, especially online, I forced myself to wait 24 hours. 9 times out of 10, I no longer wanted it the next day. That impulse faded, and I was left with the realization that it wasn't a need, just a temporary want. I didn't deprive myself of joy. I just became intentional. That extra cash started adding up fast, and I used it to fund investments and emergencies instead of stuff I'd forget in a week. Another hack that made me richer, creating separate accounts for different financial goals. I used to keep all my money in one checking account, and it was a mess. I couldn't tell what was for bills, what was for fun, and what was meant to be saved, so I created labeled accounts: bills, emergency fund, investments, travel, and even a guilt-free spending fund. Suddenly, I had clarity. I wasn't accidentally dipping into rent money for concert tickets. I knew what every dollar was meant for. Financial clarity is underrated, and it changed everything. Let's talk about one of my most powerful wealth-building hacks: increasing income strategically instead of chasing every hustle. Early on, I wasted time bouncing from one random side hustle to another: surveys, flipping junk, selling stuff online. I made a little money, sure, but it was unsustainable. The real growth came when I focused on building valuable skills. I learned copywriting, content creation, and basic digital marketing. I turned one freelance gig into a steady side income, then into long-term contracts. One skill well executed will always out-earn a dozen quick cash ideas. The hack: stop hustling harder and start hustling smarter. Then there was the lifestyle lock hack. This one kept me from falling into the trap that kills so many bank accounts: lifestyle creep. As my income grew, I locked in my expenses. Instead of upgrading my apartment, car, or wardrobe with every raise, I kept living like I was earning less. That gap, the space between what I earned and what I spent, became my wealth engine. It allowed me to invest more, save faster, and sleep better. You'd be shocked how much richer you feel when your expenses stay flat, but your income climbs. Now here's one that might sound small, but had a massive impact: tracking every expense for 30 days. I literally wrote down everything I spent: coffee, gas, bills, random Amazon purchases. No judgment, just data. And wow, the patterns I saw changed my life. I realized I was spending $300 a month on food delivery, at $80 on subscriptions I didn't use. Once I saw the truth, I could change it. Awareness is the first step toward wealth. I also started using a money date every week. Sounds weird, but hear me out. Once a week, usually Sunday evening, I'd sit down, review my finances. I'd check my accounts, plan my spending, look at investments, and set goals for the week. This kept me focused, prevented surprises, and built my confidence. Money became something I engaged with, not something I avoided. Facing the numbers, good or bad, is a form of financial power. Another major hack: living with a future self mindset. Every purchase, every financial decision, I asked, is this helping my future self or hurting them? It changed how I viewed money. Suddenly, investing didn't feel like a sacrifice. It felt like a gift to future me. Skipping the $60 dinner wasn't deprivation, it was an investment in life freedom. This shift rewired how I saw spending, and it made saving and investing feel purposeful, not painful. When you start living for your future self, you automatically make smarter decisions. Then there's negotiation, one of the most underused wealth hacks out there. I started negotiating everything: my internet bill, my rent, my salary, my freelance rates. And guess what? It worked more often than not. Companies will lower your bill if you ask. Clients will pay more if you show value. Employers will give raises if you advocate for yourself. I made thousands just by asking better questions. The hack isn't just to negotiate, it's to believe you can and should. And of course, I can't leave out the pay yourself first rule. This one might sound cliche, but it works. Before I paid bills, before I spent $1, I sent money to my savings and investments first. Even if it was just $50, that act of putting me first changed my behavior. It forced me to live on what was left, not save what was left. If you only save what's left over, you'll never get ahead. But when you pay yourself first, you prioritize your wealth, and your habits start aligning with your goals. Let's not forget the no 0 days rule. I committed to taking one small financial action every single day. Could be reviewing my spending, learning a new skill, applying for a gig, reading a book, transferring $5 into savings. Whatever kept the momentum going. No 0 days, no lost time. The compounding effect of consistent action is real. Another underrated hack. Decluttering and selling stuff. I went through my house and sold everything I didn't use: clothes, electronics, gear, old phones. Not only did I clear space mentally, but I also made extra cash that went straight into investments. It's sitting right there, unused and unmonetized. Turn it into something that builds your future. I also mastered what I call the 3-tier spending filter. Before any big purchase, I asked: 1, do I need this? 2, will it make me money or save me money? 3, will I still value it in a year? If I couldn't answer yes to at least 2 of those, I passed. This filter saved me from emotional buys and forced me to think like an investor, not a consumer. And here's a big one. I stopped taking advice from people who were broke. Sounds harsh, but it's real. Then I realized if I want to be financially free, I need to learn from people who are. So I studied millionaires, investors, entrepreneurs. That shift from casual advice to intentional learning leveled me up faster than anything else. By now, you've probably noticed a pattern. Teaser hacks aren't get-rich-quick schemes. They're about habits, awareness, systems, and mindset. That's the real wealth formula. Let that one build momentum, then stack another. Before long, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. So here's your challenge. Choose one hack from this video and apply it today. Whatever it is, take action now. Don't just watch and move on. Wealth is built through execution, not information. If this video gave you a new perspective or sparked an idea, hit the like button so I know it helped. And subscribe if you want more real, no fluff strategies to build wealth on your terms. Drop a comment and let me know which of these hacks are you going to try first.